Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre. With the weather getting really cold, we thought we'd talk you through the different varieties of glove that you can get, looking specifically at the O'Neill range of Psychotech gloves because they're our best seller, they're great gloves, and it's the most comprehensive range of gloves that are pretty much available on the market. So starting with the warmest gloves, the 7mm Psychotech mitten. Obviously, it's going to be one of the warmest because it's one of the thickest, 7mm, but also the mitten. The mittens are particularly good at keeping your hands warm because it keeps your fingers all together. It's got the half moon cuff on these as well, as you can see, which stops water coming into the glove, so your fingers should stay relatively dry. It keeps heat inside the glove with a bit of a thermal lining as well, and you've got that smooth skin layer as well for extra protection from the wind, which would be particularly useful this week. So these are the daddies in terms of warmth. Next up, we've got the exact same glove, the mitten, but in a 5mm. So if you want a little bit more dexterity, a little bit more feel, obviously grabbing your board, that kind of thing, isn't the easiest through a 7mm glove. Then you can go for the 5mm option. Still going to be really warm, fingers still together, retaining heat inside the glove. Still got that lining, still got the lining on the outside to keep out the wind. Just a little bit more of a feel in the glove and a little bit more movement in your hand. Next up, we've got the lobster. Okay, so one of the downsides of the mitten is you lose a lot of the dexterity in your hand. So some people prefer to go for the lobster glove, which is basically 3 fingers together and the other fingers kept independent so that you can have a little bit more movement, a bit more of a pinch, great for grabbing your board, for duck diving, that kind of thing. And some people just prefer it. Still really warm, still all the same tech as the mitten, but with just a little bit more movement in your hand. Okay, so now if you really just can't get on with that mitten lobster sort of feel, then you've got the 5mm Psychotech 5-finger glove. Again, same tech, you've got the lining on the outside to keep out the wind. A lot more dexterity, a lot more movement. You can cup your hand and move your hand a little bit better, and it just feels a bit nicer, not having all your fingers together for some people. Downsides of this, obviously, you're not going to be quite as warm, but you have got a great bit of welding around the inside of each finger. And these particular gloves, the Psychotech, super robust, really long lasting, should last you a few seasons, and a good option for people that want to stay warm but want to have the movement still in their fingers. Next up, you've got the 3mm Psychotech. Same tech as the 5mm, obviously. You've got the welding on the seam, you've got that smooth skin layer, keep out the wind, you've got the lining, you've got that half moon cuff, as you do with all the Psychotech gloves, but this one's 3mm. Benefit of this is obviously more feel in the glove. And when you're paddling as well, a lot of the thicker gloves can feel quite heavy, and your arms can feel quite heavy when you've got all that neoprene, all that rubber on your fingers and hand. So 3mm is actually probably our most popular in the UK. Still really warm, great for people that don't feel the cold that much, but still want a warm glove in the depths of winter. Probably the most flexible, most performance of the really warm options. Okay, so last but not least, people that really hate wearing gloves but need to keep a bit warmer is the 1.5mm Psychotech. Still got that half moon cuff, still got the welding on the seam, still got a bit of the lining, great for keeping your hands warm, but a lot more dexterity. Not heavy on your hands, a lot more flexibility, and a good option for people that don't really feel the cold. The only difference with this glove is it's not single lined like you get with the 3mm and 5mm and the lobster gloves, so not as good at keeping wind out of the glove, but still a really good option for people that hate wearing gloves.